The year was 1985, and heavy metal was sweeping across every part of the planet faster than the coronavirus. In the United States, Motley Crue and Twisted Sister were doing shows that just went to prove that no longer could you just turn up in t-shirt and jeans to do a performance. Hello and welcome back to the Adrian Project. I'm Adrian with a face for radio, and on today's episode I'm going to be diving back into my vinyl collection where I'm going to be doing a plain talking review of Witch's debut mini album, The Hex Is On. So, cue the music. Before we dive into the contents of the album, let's just have a quick word about the cover and the awesome picture on the front. The model was named Mitzi Gorder, and her hair, I mean, wow, amazing. I'd love to have hair that long. I know Claire mentions time and time again when she's seen this how amazing her hair is, and I'd say absolutely truly awesome. Of course, today left-wing feminists would hate it, but I'm not a left-wing feminist, so I don't care. So, now we've got that out of the way, let's have a look at the first track on the album, Damnation. Track 1, Damnation. Now this is a mid-tempo heavy metal fist-thumping anthem. Bit of a weird one to open the album with, I thought. I'd have personally picked one of the more up-tempo songs. But having said this is 1980s heavy metal all over it. Nice heavy chugging guitars on it. The snare drum, for me, a bit too much reverb on the snare drum for me in the mix, and that's throughout the whole album. It's not just on this song, but so like I say, this has got 1980s written all over it. Strong playing throughout, strong singing, but not an immediate opener for me. But that's Damnation. Okay, moving on to track 2, Bewitched.
I try to think, nothing going right, I'm on the brink. Well, I change my mind, they're gonna sink. Well, that's the way it's gotta be. Now I won't be home today. I'm sorry, it has to be this way. I had to take another name. Now change it quick. Now feel bewitched, get out of my way.
So, track 2, Bewitched, and it's got nothing to do with the 1990s pop poppets of the same name. This is the track that I would have picked to open the album with if I'd have been doing the track listing. This is really fast, up-tempo, 80s heavy metal. I wouldn't be surprised if this is what they opened the shows with. Motley Crue influences from the first album, Too Fast for Love, all over this one. That's not to say they've just gone out and copied it, but the influences are there. It's fast, it's powerful, it's what you want in heavy metal, and like I say, you can put this one on today and I think it'd stand up the test of time. It's not one of these that sounds dated. Absolutely fantastic, absolutely love it. Okay, on to track number 3, Cinderella in Black Leather.
What I beat us, I can tell that you're full of lust. I can see through your story. You should know you haven't got it made. Cinderella in black leather. You're the one I need. Cinderella in black leather. Oh, you're the one for me.
Closing side A on the UK release vinyl version of the album, track 3 in our listing is Cinderella in Black Leather, and of the 5 songs on offer, this one is my absolute favourite. I absolutely love this song. I think it is awesome. Listening to it as well, I think you can see that the vocalist Peter Wabbit must have been a big fan of Twisted Sister, because there's a lot of Dee Snider, I think, in his voice on this. Not a bad thing that this vocal delivery throughout the album, but especially on this one, it's got Dee Snider written all over it. Again, this is an up-tempo, fist-pumping metal anthem. This would have gone down absolute storm live. Fantastic guitar playing on it. There's a great solo on it. Again, like I said, the drum sound on this track, it's a bit too reverby for my liking, but it's not to detract from the song in any way. I say, awesome song, fantastic way to finish the album with. It's got usual 1980s sexist lyrics, if you'd like to call it that. I know the left-wing faction of Women's Lib would say they were absolutely and totally gratuitously sexist, but that's what made 80s metal great. Anything to get under the skin of your parents and those people that hated heavy metal, and this did that in spades. Fantastic way to finish the album. Okay, let's move on to track 4 and Nervous Wreck. So, opening the B-side of the UK vinyl version, track number 4 in our list is Nervous Wreck. Now, this is the fastest song of the 5 on offer, very, very up-tempo. It's a very American punky style of the 80s. Could almost call it proto-thrash, but this is awesome, fantastic song. Wouldn't surprise me if they used this as a set closer as well. The guitar work on this is fantastic. Absolutely love the solo on it. The only minus point I've got for this song is on the vocal delivery. It just sounded a little, not, I wouldn't say weak, it's just not as strong as the other four songs, especially on the chorus part, where he does actually sound like he's either got a cold or he is suffering a nervous wreck. But that's just a minus, little minus point against it. Fantastic song, great way to open side B, and I should imagine absolutely awesome live track 2. Okay, so let's have a look at the final track on the album, Wet and Wild.
Lost again, broken flat. I'm looking for a place to lay my hat. Looking to the left, over to the right. Looking for a way to put me up all night. Over there, dressed in black, could be another blunder track. Buy me a drink, later set 'em up. Take you home, wanna fill you up. Wet, wild, wild. Wet, wild, wild. Wet, wild, wild. Wet and wild.
So track 5 in our list is Wet and Wild. And of course, this was the second track on the B-side of the UK vinyl release. Wet and Wild is mid-tempo heavy metal song, almost shades of new wave of British heavy metal, I think, on here. So they've obviously listened in the early 80s of what we were doing over here and translated it into their own American style. If I had to pick the weakest track of the 5, I think it'd be this one. That's not saying it's a bad song, because it's not a bad song. It's a very good song. It's a heavy metal thumper, like I say, but it's just not the standout one in the 5. Great guitar work from Ronnie too. It's a great riff as well. Peter Wabbit is showing that he has been listening to Dee Snider and Twisted Sister. I'm not saying that he's ripping him off, but there is some of the similar delivery to what Dee Snider uses, but that's a good thing. So like I say, it's mid-tempo. You got your gratuitous sexist 1980s lyrics in it, which at the time we didn't mind, and I don't mind now, but there've been a lot of people that it got under the skin of. But that's what heavy metal music's all about, getting under the skin of people who don't like it. So in that sense, it's done its job. So there we are, the 5 tracks on Witches, the Hex Is On. So there we go, Witches, the Hex Is On. Of course, it's a product of its time. It was released here on Heavy Metal America Records. The production values on it aren't great, even for the 80s. It's like I said throughout the video, I feel that the drum mix isn't right in it. There's too much reverb on the snare. The guitars could have done with a little bit more middle on them. That's my view on it. But the 5 tracks, fantastic tracks, and it's a great introduction to the band. Now, I know there are other versions around the world where the track listing is different. I, for one, would have totally changed the track listing arrangement on this album. And I say, I don't think they've picked the best album to open the record with, and I don't think the 2 tracks on the B-side are the right way around. I'd have swapped them around. So I'd have had Wet and Wild as the opening track, and then the closing track as Nervous Wreck, but that's just me. So like I say, some fantastic riffs on this album, awesome guitar work on it too, vocal brilliant, drumming and the bass is solid. Absolutely love this. I think this is one of those untapped rare gems that not many people talk about. Even in hair metal circles, this one gets seriously overlooked. So thinking of that, with the production values, okay, it's first time in the studio, so it's been a rush to get it out, because that's how you are when you're in a band. All you want to do is get your first record out, and I think it shows with this that the production has been a little rushed, so I'm going to knock off half a mark for that. But it's still a great heavy metal album, so go out and get it if you can. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Witches, the Hex Is On album, EP, call it what you will, 3.5 Evil Ednas. For those of you watching and wondering, that flowers in the background, they're Claire's, because today here in the UK is Mothering Sunday, so happy Mother's Day to all you mums out there. Fantastic. Right, so that brings us to the end of yet another episode. Hope you all enjoyed that. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to my channel. It's all very much appreciated, and share and like my videos too. And don't forget that you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. So with all that in mind, thank you all again for watching. Many thanks, and here's to seeing you all again for the next episode of the Adrian Bauer Project.